What's going on, guys? We finna start this podcast. So we don't have no theme music. We don't have any cool images to show you before the words start getting thrown at the screen. But we starting this podcast. We've been talking about this podcast and it's on. So, I actually don't even really have no agenda in this podcast. And I think I'm going to develop one. And matter of fact, I'm kind of developing some ideas about what this one will be about. I think I have some others. I know I have some other ideas about some other more topical podcasts, but this one on this page is just going to be about what I got going on, what I'm interested in, and maybe a mix mash of some news, and that's probably gonna correlate to what I'm interested in. And so without further ado, I'm gonna introduce myself. I think that would be probably reasonable if this is like the first episode of a vlog or a podcast, seeing as that I can just take the audio from the visuals right here and reproduce them on another platform where there are no visuals. Anyways, if I'm saying too much, you probably need to just tune out, because that's what we're gonna be doing on this podcast. There's a lot of talking. It's gonna be a lot of talking. Y'all probably gonna do a lot of listening if you want to be a listener. So you can decide now which way you want to go with this. Anyways, I'm Donovan Stargell, the opinionated sales professional, UT graduate, burnt orange bleeding fitness enthusiast that is constantly asking questions of the universe, and at the same time acknowledging the fact that there's a higher power that controls it all. So, as someone who can say that, it's just to say that I don't expect to get all the answers. I'm gonna ask the questions. The universe gonna sit there and calculate what they gonna derive as an answer and then produce that for me. I'm gonna go looking for the answers and I'm gonna find some of them, but at the same time, I'm doing that with the intention of not discovering all the answers. So that's kind of where I'm starting at, and that's really where it's gonna end, I think, at the end of the day, because we ain't gonna be around to just continue to ask questions. We all got an expiration date. So before I expire, you and I can get together and we can ask some questions together. We can ponder, we can laugh, we can joke and critical think and keep each other on our toes. So now that you know a little bit about me, I'm going to tell you what I've been thinking about here recently. And it's really at the top of the news because I posted a meme on my Instagram story that if there were to be drones flying over our airspace, you'd have a bunch of guys. And this was like some guys who were in the desert. I don't know. It seemed like a Middle Eastern country, and they were firing off all these rounds in the air, and who knows what they were shooting at. But the meme was suggesting that if there were drones flying over the Texas airspace, that's what you'd be seeing. I haven't seen that yet, but I have heard reports that these drones are now flying over airspace in Texas, and I find that to be interesting because we ain't got no answers about. We still haven't really gotten. Have we got any answers about the weather balloon? How many of y'all raise your hand if you forgot about the weather balloon? I ain't gonna raise my hand because I'm the one that posed the question. So I ain't forgot about the weather balloon. As a matter of fact, and let me let you know, I'm a huge Michael Berry listener. Huge Michael Berry listener. Michael Berry is a huge fan of Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh actually is one of the voices that brought me in to talk radio. And then I found Michael Berry. And so that's cool that he's a big fan of Rush. And then I'm a big fan of Michael. And so we all finna be in here just representing as somebody who's a fan of Michael Berry and carrying on the legacy of critical thinking and conservative thinking. See, yeah, you didn't know where we was gonna go with this whole thing, did you? You was like, this boy probably, yeah, don't do that. I might have did it twice for Barack. I'm just saying you ought to deserve to grow in this lifetime. If you stop growing, then that's probably young you. But anyways, so we're gonna talk a lot about a lot of different things. Okay, but I just want to point out the fact that I'm a big Michael Berry show listener, and ultimately I was listening to Michael Berry show, And so when you hear me say that, you can be like, okay, let me reference back. You don't maybe have to at this point because you know he a big Michael Berry Show listener. You might not listen to Michael Berry Show. I'm gonna bring you some of the topics that they talk about on Michael Berry Show because you ain't gotta listen. I'm listening. I would encourage you to listen. Don't get me wrong. You probably should tune in. So that way, when you get the information from me, you can kind of cut and measure where I might have left something out or forgot something, or you really heard it from the horse's mouth. And so at the same time, I was listening to the Michael Berry Show, and he was talking about like the weather balloon the other day. And he reminded me that we really know that like we didn't really get a whole lot of really good answers. And whatever that was saying about the weather balloon was really pretty obnoxious, right? Like, and at the same time, we haven't heard about. We don't know who brought the daggone coke in the White House. So I don't know how they're supposed to tell us about a weather balloon, and they don't know who brought a baggie of cocaine in the White House. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm saying we haven't got no good answers about these drones, and I'm really not expecting any until the administration that can't tell us about who brought the coke into the White House leaves the White House. Okay. So at the same time, let's just take a look at this article here. All right, and try to maybe gather some information together too. What we're gonna be doing a lot on this platform is helping Donovan practice reading. That's what we're gonna be. I need to be working on my reading skills. I looked into the microphone when I was supposed to look into the camera. So we're gonna be doing some reading practice. Okay, that means me reading out loud and y'all acting like there ain't no fort scratching across the chalkboard. So I'm gonna share my screen here. All right. And we're gonna take a look at this article now. I don't know if me sharing my screen, and these ads on here makes me any kind of challenged or compromised on platforms. But anyways, let's read it. Says, let me hold on, let's see. I think from the top here. Yeah, mystery drone spotted in Texas near military base. This was published today, December 19th at 8:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, where I'm sitting here in Leander, Texas. Says, what's new? The FBI and local police have launched an investigation after a number of mystery drones were spotted over White Settlement, a suburb of Fort Worth in Texas, which houses a major naval base. White Settlement Police Department, WSPD, Chief Christopher Cook said his officers saw drones in the area flying near Bomber Road, Silver Creek, and North Las Vegas Trail, and are trying to locate the operator following multiple reports from the public. Real quick, I'm from Texas, born and raised in Katy, West Houston, Texas, and I don't know where this is at. So let's go pull this up here real quick. This is White Settlement. All right. And Texas. Something I was reading there kind of gave me an idea where they say it was nearby. But anyways, we finna look together. Okay. So Fort Worth. So near Fort Worth. Okay. Got you. Okay. Cool. So it's kind of all right. This looks like in kind of like DFW proper, low key. So yeah, I think yeah, right up here is the stock area where you're gonna have, isn't there like a cemetery, a national cemetery, like a pretty well-known national cemetery? So I know, I mean, it's Fort Worth, right? So the fort is not for like, you know, cardboard boxes and things. So yeah, it's for so yeah, definitely going to be a military installation, and it looks like it's near this area of Fort Worth. All right, cool. So we got it. We see it now. All right, great. Everybody got their optics. Good to go. White Settlement is home for Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base Fort Worth, which houses the 301st Fighter Wing of the Air Force Reserve. All right. Why it matters. I think we all got to be able to answer that question, but we finna let Newsweek do that for us. Okay. So Newsweek says why it matters. The past few weeks, we have seen a series of mysterious reported drone sightings across the United States with a particular focus on the Northeast, along with American military bases in the United Kingdom and Germany. Oh, yeah. So that's one thing, too, that these drones have been popping up all around the world, and we ain't really getting no good answers about it, right? So, what gives, right? So, but anyways, President-elect Donald Trump has suggested mystery drones over the U.S. should be shot down, though earlier this week, White House National Security Advisor John Kirby said the reports were a mixture of drones being used lawfully as well as manned fixed wing aircraft, helicopters, and even stars that were manifested. Now, I can't speak to who John Kirby is. He's a White House National Security Advisor. And we know sometimes in these administrative roles, they've told us, look this way when you really should have been looking this way, and vice versa. They haven't been. Do I need to give you an example? Oh, well, maybe you get this, you get the prick, and you won't give the sick. Okay, I'm trying to be cryptic here. If you get the poke, then you woke. Okay, right? Like, must I be? So, they said once upon a time, if you get the thing, right, you won't get anybody. And it was wrong. It was wrong about that. And we still haven't figured out how many people have died because they got this. So, anyways, we've seen multiple times on multiple occasions where these government officials tell us there's nothing to see here and it's butt naked and crazy. And we should have been trying to throw something on top of that thing. And so, anyways, I'm kind of not buying it, John Kirby. Maybe we should Google John Kirby and read up some about some of the other decisions he's made and see that if we can rock with him on this. But what to know? So ultimately, right, this is all we got right here. Is that why it matters? I think we get two paragraphs, and one of them is that the president-elect is like, man, knock that air mess out of the sky. We don't know what it is. And if they fly in there and there's not explicit permits and they're flying it near military bases, then it don't need to be up there, right? Shoot them jokers down, and at the same time, we got somebody on the, back end of it at the White House in the current administration talking about it's neither here nor there. Well, it's actually all over the world and is looking kind of janky leg. Like, feast your eyes on some of these pictures here. So what to know? In a statement posted on X, formerly Twitter, Cook said the WSPD started responding to multiple reports of drones flying near city neighborhoods, federal and military properties on Tuesday, December 17, 2024. So, due to the local media inquiries related to police radio traffic from last night, our team is releasing this statement. We started responding to multiple reports of drones flying near city neighborhoods, federal and military properties on Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. So it's been happening for a little while now. And you would think that if this Newsweek report has been published 2 days later, that we would know, hey, man, it's all good. Like, these drones, there's a prank, somebody's messing around. It has nothing to do with all the other drones that have been flown by all these other countries, military installments. Neither here nor there. It doesn't seem like we've gotten that. That's what looks like these people from the WSPD are reporting. It's like, yo, we trying to get in front of this. Look, we don't know what it is. We know that there's a lot of this drone stuff going on. We've been talking about it on the radios for a couple of days now, and yet and still we haven't really been able to thumb this down. It doesn't look like they're putting out a report saying that we've thumbed this down. They're putting out a report trying to CYA, suggesting that, yo, like, we've been talking about it, and we just want to let you. So let's read the whole thing here. Let's read the whole thing, and then let's get out of here. And I don't even know what the audio sounds like this. We're Freestyle Friday on a Thursday evening. We ain't ever done no. Well, okay, so this will be the first time I've done a video with my Canon camera hooked up to my computer and with this handy dandy. Look how I done destroyed the box. I finally got excited to use this microphone. Pulling up the coop, but okay. So we got the Canon, and then we got the on mic. I didn't pull it out the box. And so if I point at this microphone one more time, when I'm supposed to be pointing at the camera. Let's read this real quick and let's get out of here because I don't even know how this is going to sound. That's what I'm trying to say. So look, due to local media inquiries related to, okay, we read that. So they started responding. So look, so as a reminder, the city of White House and adjacent areas near federal and military properties are no-fly zones due to being a military operation area in the national airspace. Out of an abundance of caution, reports have been initiated, and we are working with the FBI, NCIS, and Air Force, OSI, to determine the flight trajectories and who was piloting the unmanned aircraft. While we do not believe there were any immediate threats related to last night's activities, it is concerning due to operating in no-fly zones near federal and military properties. Anyone with information is asked to contact WSPD, Sergeant Stephen Pearson, and he leaves his phone number here in this tweet. Let's look at some of these pictures here, man. So I've heard some of the people coming out saying, oh, it's got the right lights, it's got the red, the yellow lights, you know, and don't fear. It's nah, man. We ain't gotta be fearful, but we don't have to be foolish, you know. And like it says here, they're flying in no-fly zones, and ain't nobody asked them to be in these no-fly zones, you know, like, and we don't know what it is other than it's unmanned. We don't know who was flying it. And, you know, some more of this article here is a couple of the headlines or some of the topics. It says, you know, what people are saying. You know, I'm gonna tell you what they're saying. They're saying this is looking crazy. Okay, so well, okay, at least it gives a little. Let's see here. Let me see if I can share this. Looks like there's video. Let's see if it has some audio here. Oh, see, look at this. This is crazy. This is butt naked crazy. This is full out insane asylum. Hold on real quick. Let me show y'all this real quick. And we finna get up out of here. We finna pick up the sword and we gonna do some meditation. Because we're not stressed out about this. That's not what's happening here. But we are alert. Okay. We are alert. We are, you know, cognizant. And hey, you know what? If you think that we in this, look, Jesus and aliens can exist to me. Okay. You know, the challenge of being a Christian, I think should involve understanding that there is a great I am, that is I am, that is bigger and more vast and more than anything that exists in the realm of our understanding, including things that we don't understand. Find you on that one. So yes, I mean, just because I don't feel like because you're a Christ believer, you can't believe in aliens. Look at this. This is butt naked crazy. Y'all see this? Share my audio. Anyways.
Then that just sends out a huge red flag to all the
Don't look good. Don't look good. What is that? Why that thing flipping and flopping in a hard cop? Look at that. Look at that. Is he moving the camera like that? Why is it looking like that? Or is that thing moving? They calling him a drone. Ain't nobody seen this thing though. It's not like they saying it's a drone and then somebody pulling it off pulling it down from the sky and examining it. They looking at it in the sky saying it's a drone. Ladies and gentlemen, that don't mean that's what it is. Again, all the drone. Look, I'm at the ball game. Look at Morris. I'm at the ball game, and you seen it because if you ain't a Longhorn, you probably didn't hate it on it. You probably anyway. You done seen the drone shows. You done seen the drone shows at your neighborhood or your city probably had a drone show instead of doing the you know fireworks that did the drone show. What happened after the drone show? The drones come down, zzz, it all looks normal. That don't look normal. And again, that's what they're photographing in the sky. They're not photographing it. Oh, this is what it's a drone. It's just a drone. No. Mm-mm. Anyways, so prognosis is it looks butt naked crazy. And you know what? If it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, and it sounds like a duck, well, that looked butt naked crazy. It sounded naked crazy. And the way that thing was moving, butt naked crazy. So I'm gonna say aliens tomorrow, butt naked crazy. So we go. That's what I'm rocking with. I'm rocking. I'm in on it. I'm I'm in. I'm full blown UFOs. They peeking their head out. I don't know what's next. I think we all need to be ready for what might be next. And the next thing could be is that we get to see one of them take the helmet off. I hope they coming friendly. I hope they ain't got no beef. I hope whatever we got on our chest, we ain't trying to upset them, and that we can coincide and continue to live in peace and harmony, and that be that. But I mean, call me crazy, call me what you want to. I'm gonna say this is the first signs of us understanding we're not alone. I'm just that's the crux of what I was really getting at. I'm reading the articles and I'm talking all of this left and right, and we doing all of these verbal jumping jacks. Let me just say it. I think we're seeing something that we ain't seen all of what we finna see yet. And I think we finna really learn that it's something out there that exists on a different plane than us as humans down here on Earth. Final thoughts on that. All right. So, hey, it was nice getting to know y'all. Hopefully you were entertained and hopefully maybe even informed. I'm gonna just go ahead and sign off right now. We don't have no outro. We ain't have no intro. So how are we supposed to have an outro? We ain't got no theme song. We don't have no cool pictures of like previous podcasts. It's all kind of really just bland right now. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Am I just supposed to hit stop and just end the Zoom call and then take this Zoom call? Don't do no editing, no tweaking. Just let it just, you know, manifest itself and then just post it on the YouTube sphere and do it like that? Is that what we gonna do right now? I mean, we've been on for what? I think I have my timer for 10 minutes. I think it's done timed out twice, so that would be 20, and now we at 5 minutes. So we just gonna just put 25 minutes of just freestyle Thursday. It's freestyle Friday, but you're gonna do it on the Thursday. Talking about some drones and you know prophesying that we finna find out that there's aliens amongst us. That's what we gonna do in the first episode. I guess we got to get to episode number 2 to find out. All right, later. Thanks for watching. Until next time.